This is Bryan, and I'm going to demonstrate my assignment 3. So let's start our program right here. Compiling again. Okay, yep. So here, we start by creating a new topic called test1, which takes in a string, in type of strings, and then 1 second. So now I create 3 partitions inside this test1 topic. So pass show topic test1. So here we can see there's 3 partitions, which each partition will have all messages and available messages and consumed messages, where the available messages is basically unconsumed messages. So now I need to create consumer groups G1 with range rebalancing and G2 with round robin rebalancing. So here, so there should be 2 consumer group created G1. Yep. So there's no consumer yet. So now we create a consumer G1 in C1. G1 is C1 in G1, and create consumer C2 in G1 as well, and C3, C4 in G2. So if we show consumer group G2, it should be P1, P3 is assigned to C3, and P2 is assigned to C4. What if we show consumer group G1? So consumer group G1, P1, P2 is assigned to C1, and P3 is assigned to C2. This is how range and round robin difference in rebalancing. So now if we delete the consumer C3, which is in G2, it will show that there's only one left, which is C4, which has the partitions of P1, P2, and P3. Nice. So now let's create a topic test2 integer. Yep, so it worked. It worked with integer type as well. So now let's look at the create. So now we create 4 producers. So each producer is in random or manual, and also integer or string. So let's copy this and paste it. Everything's created. So now let's try to produce an event in random test1 using random and from the event 1.json. So let's produce the event. So yep, randomly it chose the P2 in the topic test1. So let's check test1. Yep, if we see P2, there's one available message that is test1. So let's produce three more events, and then let's see if it's, so we created one in P1, one in P2, and one in P3. So let's see. Yep, so now P1 have 1, P2 have 2, and P3 have 1. So let's try to parallel consume something. So let's try in partition 1. So show consumer group G1. So in P1 it's assigned to C1, and in G2 it's assigned to C4. So let's try parallel consume C1 P1 and also C4 P1. Let's see what will happen. So yep, it says message something is consumed, and another one is no message to be consumed. This is because we tried to do concurrently, but there is actually only one message in P1. So when we are trying to consume more than one, it shouldn't let the second one consume any message at all. So right now, if we try to show topic test1 in the consume message of P1, it should be only one message ID. So yep, this is the successful implementation of concurrent consuming. So let's try to show G1 again. So it's C1, that's P1, P2, and P3. So let's try to create consumer G1, the consumer C1 in G1, C3 in G1. So show consumer group G1. It should be rebalanced. Yep, so 3 of them is rebalanced. So each consumers will have each partition because it's the same number. So let's try to create 2 consumer into G2 as well. G2 C5, create consumer G2 C6. So if we show consumer group G2, it should be the same answer because the round robin and range have the same implementation for the same amount of partitions and consumer. So let's try to delete the consumer C3. It actually rebalance to P1, P2 assigned to C1, and P2 assigned to C2, and let's try to delete consumer C6. So it will assign to P1, P3 to C4, and P2 to C5, which is the implementation of round robin. This is all of my implementation. We did not implement the player, the playback, which is the replay system. I think that's it. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.